Today we're looking at a fascinating and frankly, highly aggressive piece of source material. We are breaking down a totally no-nonsense framework designed for overcoming a devastating breakup. The creator of our source material today absolutely doesn't believe in soft words or, gentle healing. Instead, they present what we're calling the brutal protocol. This explainer is going to visually unpack this intense transition from feeling heartbroken to becoming an absolute force. So if you're a focused learner looking to understand the mechanics of this highly stoic, totally unapologetic mindset, you are definitely in the right place.
Okay, let's dive into this. Right out of the gate, the creator just completely shatters the illusion of sympathy. The core message here: nobody gives a flying F about your soft story. Seeking comfort is a trap. According to this philosophy, the world simply does not care about your pain. In fact, the creator takes it a step further, arguing that being betrayed just means you were weak, and that weakness is exactly why you were left behind in the first place. It's a really harsh reality check, but it's designed to immediately snap you out of that victim mentality.
Society usually hands us this standard prescription for heartbreak, right? Give it time, cry it out, vent to your friends, process your feelings. But the brutal protocol demands the exact opposite. It replaces comfort with absolute silence, forceful deletion of the past, and a relentless focus on building your future. It completely and utterly rejects the whole idea of just waiting around to feel better. Let's move to and see how this builds. Here is the structured roadmap we'll use to unpack this protocol today. Number 1, the illusion of healing. 2, Phase 1, leverage revenge. 3, Phase 2, forceful delete. 4, money, muscle, and momentum. And finally, 5, from weakness to power.
Starting off with Section 1, the illusion of healing. Stop wallowing, start winning. The core thesis here is that seeking closure or waiting for time to miraculously heal your wounds is a dangerous trap. When you're heartbroken, the source argues you aren't actually grieving the reality of the person. You're stuck in a fantasy you built in your own head. The creator brutally characterizes looking at old memories, reading old chats, and crying as emotional masturbation. It's a super jarring phrase for sure, but it's designed to point out that indulging in your own sadness doesn't actually fix anything. Constantly going over what went wrong is a complete waste of breath that literally just keeps you trapped in the past. So, to counter this endless loop of sadness, the source introduces an explicit 3-part protocol designed to kind of shock your system and force a personal transformation. Step 1 is to leverage revenge. Step 2 is forceful delete. Step 3 is building yourself. Let's look at how these actually translate into real-world action. Moving to Section 2, which is Phase 1, leverage revenge. Total emotional extinction. Now, when the source says revenge, they explicitly do not mean sending angry texts, lashing out, or, trying to ruin the other person's life. They mean weaponizing your absence entirely. And this brilliantly illustrates the underlying philosophy. The creator connects this directly to Friedrich Nietzsche's famous concept of deriving immense strength from hardship. Surviving and crying isn't power. True power is taking that massive pain, acknowledging that it didn't kill you, and converting it into pure, unadulterated drive. Here is exactly how this revenge is executed. After the initial devastation of the breakup, you enter absolute digital silence. You just vanish. No sad quotes on social media, no checking their profile. You leave absolutely no trace of your pain. Why? Well, because betrayers often look to see if you're suffering to validate their choice. By vanishing, you deny them that satisfaction. Then, you only reappear when you have an undeniable victory to post. A new physique, a massive new job, a huge life win. Your revenge is your completely unbothered success. Up next is Section 3, exploring Phase 2, forceful delete, emptying the mind's trash. This phase requires treating the person who left as if they are completely dead and buried. Because they chose to leave your life, they must be entirely erased from your present reality. To anchor this harsh deletion method, the creator points directly to the ancient teachings of Epictetus and Stoicism. Stoicism teaches that you cannot control outside events, like someone betraying you, but you have total control over your own mind. If you're letting an ex trigger you, you have literally surrendered your mind to them. Reclaiming that mental real estate is how you take your power back. To regain that power, you have to empty the trash. Think of your brain like a computer desktop. If it's full of junk, it lags and crashes, right? The protocol demands immediate deletion of all mental trash. Old chats and photos, stalking social profiles, fantasies of them returning, listening to sad playlists, waiting for closure. You have to delete all of this immediately. You have to stop giving your mind cues to be sad.
Section 4. Money, muscle, and momentum. The relentless builder.
Once you've emptied the trash, you have to fill that void. This is where you transition from being a victim to being a relentless builder. To frame this phase, the creator draws on Arthur Schopenhauer to completely reframe the concept of loneliness. Being alone isn't a curse or a reason to be sad. It's actually your ultimate superpower. Without a relationship, you have zero distractions. You are finally free to be entirely focused on yourself.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how ruthlessly simple the framework is. The creator argues that in your isolation, you should have only 3 pillars of focus: money, building a business or advancing your career; muscle, hitting the gym and physically transforming yourself; momentum, continuous daily progress. The overarching goal is to level up so violently that even your shadow intimidates the person who left you.
To put that into perspective, the creator shares a highly specific and frankly staggering anecdote: 1.5 million, or 15 lakhs in the original Hindi source context. The point is, people will easily spend 2 months crying in a dark room. But in that exact same 2 months of wasted time, a hyper-focused individual could scale an e-commerce brand to 1.5 million a month. The source emphasizes that while you cry, the world is moving, money is being made, and success is out there waiting for whoever is focused enough to grab it. Finally, Section 5, from weakness to power. Killing the boy to let the man out. This is the ultimate psychological arc of the brutal protocol. Killing the soft, dependent version of yourself so that an untouchable, powerful force can emerge. So the crucial point is this final, devastating punch to the ego. The creator insists that you don't actually miss your ex. What you miss is being weak, being comfortable, and being validated by someone else. The pain you're feeling isn't about losing the person, it's your own internal reluctance to face the hard, lonely work of actually leveling up your life. You are your own villain holding yourself back. Now, from an objective standpoint, we must report how the creator suggests achieving this practically. The source heavily pushes 2 tactical solutions for this transition. First is a paid masterclass, which the creator claims teaches the strategic focus and social dynamics needed to win in life, complete with a discount code, KILL10. Second is a monk mode video framework, which is a step-by-step guide to putting your head down, eliminating all distractions, and completely transforming your reality. These are positioned as the ultimate practical tools to execute this brutal philosophy.
Which leaves us with a final, uncompromising question derived directly from the source's philosophy. The brutal protocol gives you absolutely no room for excuses. It forces a binary choice. Will you sit back, stay comfortable, and remain a victim to your past? Or will you embrace the silence, use the pain as fuel, and aggressively build your empire? The choice is entirely yours. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.